We've had aspirations for a long time to have a presence in the health and wellbeing space within our community. For a long time, the Waitaki district has been bereft of anything Māori. And so Te Hao Maru has really filled that gap for us.
Te Hao Maru is a reflection of the commitment of Turunanga o Moeraki to our community here within our takiwā, and that is to provide leadership, to provide support, and to provide the Moeraki taka within our community. During the COVID period, it became really obvious that we were relying on services from whānau and arunaka outside of our takiwā to support us. And we wanted to have our own rangatiratanga in that space. Fortunately, post that and arising from that, it was decided that we needed to move forward and actually begin to establish our own Moeraki Health Social Services organisation. And we were fortunate we were able to employ Manny at that time, and he began the work of standing up our Health and Social Services organisation, which was gifted the name Te Hao Maru.
So to be a kaupapa Māori organisation, a subsidiary of Te Rūranga o Moeraki, we had to make sure that whatever we designed and stood up, you could see Moeraki all through our kaupapa. So the first thing we did was design our narrative. Te Hao Maru is a waka haurua. One hau, one takere o te waka is Te Hao Maru, the other takere is Te Rūranga o Moeraki, and the papa i Wanganui is the whānau whānui that keep us connected. As a subsidiary, we are travelling and traversing together always. We call ourselves a waka hauora. We have mōkehi. Mōkehi is a ngai tahu waka made out of raupō. The purpose of a mōkehi was when Moeraki whānau would travel up into the Central Lakes area, they would gather vast amounts of kai and build mōkehi and carry all that kai back down to the coastal villages here in Moeraki and along the coast. So we use mōkehi as the analogy for our services that go out into the community and provide resource, take kai, take expertise into the whānau home. So we have Te Mōkehi Whānau, which is our social service arm, our whānau services arm. Within Te Mōkehi Whānau we have our social workers, we have our whānau water navigators, we have kai awhina, and we have our nurse-led clinic that takes health into the whānau home and around the hapori. We also have our whare hauora, our GP clinic. We have incredible GPs, incredible medical professionals, Māori and non-Māori, that can provide kaupapa Māori holistic care. And then we have Te Mōkehi Mātauraka, which is our education arm. And within Te Mōkehi Mātauraka we have two kaupapa. One is our education navigation service, where we have our kaimahi go into the schools, support tauira and their whānau to navigate the education system and to ensure that whānau Māori in general are getting the best out of the education system. Alongside that we have Te Pōha He Kura Kaikarua, which is our mahi kai kaupapa, our leadership program for our leaders of tomorrow. And we use the pōha analogy as a means for hauora, as a means to find identity. And then we have our infrastructure, te takere o te waka. We use the hull of the waka as the analogy for our backroom, for all our HR, finance administration, or the glue of the kaupapa that keeps us afloat. Without a strong, well-built, well-crafted takere, without the strong hull of our waka, we would sink.
It's just having our strong mana whenua presence within Oamaru. For a long time our village has been centred on Moeraki, all our whānau have been centred on Moeraki, and as more of our whānau return home to seek employment and live and reconnect with their whakapapa, it's allowing our whānau to engage in the health and wellbeing space and just really have a presence within our community, which is having a rippling effect. We've never had access to things like rongoā Māori clinics, having Māori social workers, Māori nurses, Māori doctors, having an advocacy service within the community that we know will hold the line and advocate for our whānau Māori in need. They live and breathe our values, they live and breathe our tikanga. They are ambassadors for our marae, for our hapu. It's not just a workplace. These are people that are 100% inducted, bought in, passionate about our kaupapa, and that's the difference. But if you don't have the right people leading and embodying the vision of our people, it'll never fly.
The organisation is an embodiment of aspirations of our whānau. It is a source of pride, a source of support when needed, taking a lead in our rangatiratanga.
True change happens when you see yourself in them and they see yourself in you. And when you can go to the whānau on the margins, our whānau that are disconnected, thrown out and despised of, and you can stand as one together, then that's where the true healing happens. real hauora can be achieved.